Welcome back to Autism Live. We are welcoming for the first time in our studio Luis Tirado. Am I saying your name right?
Yeah.
Okay. And but he's been on the show, and he's on the show all the time because there's a segment that we do. We went to the ABCs and XYZs of special needs convention, and they had an entrepreneurship fair, and Luis was there showing and selling some of his art. And you were that had to have been like 3 or 4 years ago. And I remember thinking you were a young teenager. And then recently I saw pictures of you and you were out doing amazing things. And I was like, now look at that. He went and all grew up. But you're 17 now.
Yes.
And but still an artist.
Yes, I'm still an artist.
And when did you start doing, when did you find out that you were an artist? How old were you?
Oh, well, when I was 5, I was drawing on the walls, but then my mom sent me to art class.
Because the drawing on the wall, maybe the drawings were good, but drawing on the wall, not the best thing.
Not the best thing.
And did you immediately love it when you went to art class?
Definitely I do.
Yeah. And I've noticed that you like to use lots of different, like I've seen that you've done sculpture, but you do painting. Is there one that you like more than the other?
Well, I will say that I like to paint, draw, but then there are like different mediums. But then my favorite medium is acrylic because I see like some realistic, like some of the paintings, like the art pieces, like in a gallery.
Yeah. And you like the way the acrylic looks better, or you like to work with it better?
Oh, well, I like how it looks, but also I like to work with it.
Okay. All right. And we have some of your work that that we can take a look at. You have such a unique way of looking at things. Now, the things that are up there, and you call it Epic Luis Art, and people can follow you on Facebook and Instagram, and okay.
Yes.
So talk to me a little bit about, did you choose the subject for both of these, or was it an assignment for a class?
Well, one of it is like an assignment for a class.
Which one?
It was the ball.
The ball. Okay, that's what I wondered.
The hummingbird, it was just all me.
Okay. And what about the turtle? Was the turtle an assignment, or the turtle is something that you chose?
Well, that's what I meant. That is an assignment. Like, not an assignment. Like, it was like kind of my idea.
Okay, it was totally your for the turtle. Okay. And because the baseball is really interesting. It's an interesting study in color and shading and whatever, but it looks a little bit different than the rest of your artwork.
Right.
So that makes sense to me that it was something that was an assignment, something you were working on. And you're still in school, but you do homeschool.
Yes.
And does that allow you to have more time to be able to work on your art?
Definitely.
And so at 17, tell me a little bit about what your typical day is like.
My typical day is like, if you're talking about typical, then it's more like school, but then also I go to activities after school, but most of the activities are on the weekends.
Okay. And so when in the day, like a day like today, when do you get to work on art?
Well, I get to work on art like whenever I want, but then it's more like for an assignment.
Okay. All right. Because I know some people get up in the morning and the first thing that they want to do is paint or draw or whatever. For some people, it's later in the day. Do you have a time of day that you particularly like to work on art?
Sure.
Is it more morning or afternoon or at any time?
Oh, well, it could be like, well, in weekdays it's more like evening. Or depending how much time I am in school.
Yeah. But I'm wondering, when you're all done with school, what do you want to go and do? Do you want to go to college? Are you just going to launch out to continue your art?
Honestly, I will be more into film school, but it does not mean that I will stop doing art, it doesn't mean anything about that.
But you're getting ready to go to film school.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's a whole thing we have to talk about. But I understand that you just came back from Boston.
Yes.
Tell me why you were in Boston and what did you do?
Well, my dad had a new job, but if it's about me, then I had this experience in Boston of becoming a classical music singer.
How many talents do you have, Luis?
I have like 4 talents:
Okay.
singing, acting, art, and an ambassador.
Okay. I mean, it's all pretty impressive. They talk about some people being a triple threat, but you're a quadruple threat. You have all these talents that people can't compete with. So you became a classical singer. And how did that happen?
Well, it happened like since I was 10, I have been singing.
Okay.
And I've been singing since I was 10. And then it's just like, it was like an opportunity for me to become a singer.
Okay. So did mom or dad say they heard you singing and they sent you to a class, or did somebody else hear you? I imagine to become a classical singer, you must have worked with some sort of a teacher, right? Or did you do it all on your own?
Oh, no, I did work with a teacher.
Uh-huh. So when you say classical, is that opera? Or,
Yes.
So you're singing opera these days. This is fascinating.
Right.
But now you're back more in the Los Angeles area? Or are you just here visiting?
Oh, no, I'm definitely living in California.
Okay. And then, so you said singing, you got the singing talent, but now you're an actor as well.
Yes, I'm an actor as well.
When did you decide that you're an actor?
When I was 12.
Okay. What happened to make you decide that you were an actor?
Well, eventually, I have been watching movies that I like, and then when I was a kid, when I watched movies, I stopped and then write. And I'm also a writer.
Well, okay, so that's the 5th thing. You're a writer too. Okay,
Yes.
so when you were 12, what kind of movies were you writing? What were you writing?
Well, specifically, I didn't write. It was more like when I it's more like a movie that when I stopped and then I just write.
Uh-huh.
But then I don't specifically write scripts when I was little.
Okay.
It was more like I write scripts from my childhood, but then it was more like for puppets, something like that.
Okay. And so do you have a camera that you can kind of play with and make little stories, films? Have you already done something like that, or are you just wanting to do that?
Well, I could say that I use my iPad and phone to record.
Uh-huh.
Because especially an iPad that is 4K quality.
Yes. And so you were already making little films then?
Yes.
This is what I love about this generation, that you guys, when I was a kid, we didn't have iPads. And so if you had to get a whole big camera, and it was a whole thing. You guys have them in your phone, you have them in an iPad, and you can edit. It's amazing. We didn't have that when I was a kid. So I think it's a good time to be on the planet right now. So when you are making your short films, are they do you like to make horror films, or do you like to make things that are funny, or a little bit of everything?
I like to make things that are funny.
Okay.
I don't like horrors.
Okay. All right. And then do you have a YouTube channel where people can see the movies?
Yes, about YouTube channel. It's called Epic Lizard Studios. It's an entertainment website.
And so people can go there and see some of the things that you're doing.
Yes, and that's the part that I meant, that I record in iPad for videos.
Fabulous.
And I write scripts.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So you're writing your own work, and then are you starring in it?
Yes.
And you're directing.
Mm-hmm.
You're a Renaissance man, a man of many, many, many talents. And so you're wanting to go to school for screenwriting.
Yes.
And filmmaking.
Yes.
Okay. And then when you get all done with college, then with all of these things, are you going to focus on one of them, or are you going to try to do it all?
After college, I would really want to do like acting, directing, and writing. Those 3.
Okay.
because that's part of my dream.
And then you have the opportunity to sing in all of that if you want to. And there's
okay.
always time for painting. So I think that's a good plan. Do you know where, are you looking at specific colleges right now?
Oh, well, it's Moore Park College.
Okay, you're gonna go to Moore Park. That's fabulous.
But honestly, when I become like 18, like my birthday is soon, and then when I become 18, when I finish high school, I will love the idea to go more into film school than college, because it's focusing on something I really like.
I appreciate that. It's a little bit more specific. Now, there was the other thing that you brought up, which was being an ambassador.
Yes.
And so talk to us a little bit about that.
Recently, I was at Berkeley University. I have talked to a huge crowd
We got a picture of you there talking.
About how the arts changed my life. And then in the top, I was in Indiana University talking to the crowd of inclusion and to stop using the R word. And then I want people to support people with disabilities instead of discriminating.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But more and more, I think people are starting to understand that it isn't really, the word disability just isn't necessarily appropriate. I love what Howie Mandel said. Let's stop talking about disability and start talking about this ability, because you have so many abilities. You are so talented in so many different directions. That you, I don't know how anybody could say that it's anything other than you have a lot of ability. You feel that, don't you? That you have lots of ability? Absolutely.
I do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's undeniable. So when you talk to these groups of people about what art has meant in your life, what do you tell them?
I'm sorry?
What do you tell them about what has art meant in your life?
Okay, art means passion, love, kindness, motivation, and inspiration.
Yeah.
And creativity.
And before you had art in your life, was it different? How did you change after you discovered art?
When I discovered art, what was the question?
When I'm not asking it really well, but before you knew about art, your life was different, because you said art has changed you.
Yes.
So what did it change in you?
Okay, so art changed me by being motivated, inspired, kind, and passionate.
It made you all of those things.
Yes.
I see. Because looking at art can make you those things too, but you're saying that the act of doing it has given you all of those things. I love that. And so in this economy, there are arts programs that are being cut because there isn't enough money.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was thinking about, what do you think your life would be like if you had not discovered that you were a painter and a sculptor and a singer and an artist? Where would Luis be? Who would you be without art?
I'll be no one. Oh. Because me, of all I did from my childhood, it's me. Mm-hmm. But if this did not happen, I won't exist.
Wow. It's a powerful thing. And so the picture that's up right now, the epic Luis art, and so you drew the painting that's underneath there?
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about where were you? What were you seeing for this painting?
Okay, in this painting, what I saw is, it's like a sunset with a sun, like when you are out of the house and you are, let's say in LA, you see like in the evening, you saw a sunset, something like that, similar color to it, but I modify it.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. It's just beautiful. The brush strokes are amazing. So is this an LA sunset or is this a Boston sunset?
Oh, well, it's more like it's neither of them. It's more like my own sunset.
Ah, Wow, that's a really deep thing. We're so excited for you. If people want you to come and speak, because as an ambassador to come and speak about how the arts have changed you, where would they go to book you for a speaker?
Well, since you asked, I will say I would like them to book me in, like,
Should they go to the website? Is there a place on the website where they can ask for more information?
yes, it's
Okay.
called epicluisart.com.
Okay, epicluisart.com.
Yes.
And when they're there, they can see some of the other things that you're doing, and they can go. I'm sure there's a link that they can go to your YouTube channel where they can see some of the videos that you're doing.
Yeah, like parody skits.
Okay. And then, are you interested in only being in your films, Luis, or are you interested in doing acting and other things as well?
Oh yes, theater as well.
Okay, theater, but maybe be on television. And next week on the show, we're having Kobe Bird, and he was just on The Good Doctor. Do you have interest in being in things that are on television?
Definitely. I was in Parenthood in season 6.
That's right. I had forgotten that. And
Right.
the very end, correct? In the end scene where they're at the school with the kids.
Right.
You were at that one, yes.
I've worked with some of the celebrities.
Yes. And did you like being on the set?
Oh, definitely.
It's a very fun place to be, isn't it?
Yes, it is really fun.
And so are you auditioning for other things right now, or just not at the moment?
Well, actually, next Saturday I have an audition that it's Annie Jr.
Oh,
The musical. I am going to be auditioning for Oliver Warbucks.
oh, very nice. Very nice. Well, we'll wish you good luck with that.
Oh, thank you.
That's a very fun show. Do you have to get prepared before the audition? Do you have to
Definitely.
prepare a song?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fabulous. I'm not going to ask you to sing it here because we don't have the rights to it. But I didn't know that you could sing, Luis. I'm really looking forward to hearing you sing sometime.
Sounds good.
All right, and I would assume that on your website and on your Facebook site that it lists when you're going to be performing.
Sorry?
If you're going to perform, you'll put it on your Facebook page or on your website,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
All right. Luis, thank you so much for coming in and spending time with us. I hope that people will check out your art and that they'll check out your website.
Definitely. Oh, guys, I would like to invite you all for... So, this Saturday, I am going to be in Rock the Spectrum.
Oh, good. We're going to be there too.
So, I would like to invite all of you and your friends to come. And also, next Sunday, I am going to be in Run. If you guys can't come, you can connect with me on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. Fabulous. We will be there at Rock the Spectrum as well. We're going to be live from there. So hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you there and be live on Facebook Live that day.
Cool.
So people can check that out. But they should, if you are in the area, you should come to Woodland Hills because everybody's going to be there.
Okay.
Luis is going to be there. I'm going to be there. It's all going to be good. It's because it's a great, great event. So thank you so much for being here with us.